The Texans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Watson. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Watson now to throw. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Johnson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Watson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Conley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans claw one back. Hopkins with the extra point, and they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Damian Harris of the Patriot offense ready to take over again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff for Gore. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Dances by him. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Stevenson. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Ramondre Stevenson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots continue to roll.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Watson looks to throw again. This is Bell on the dump off. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before the break. Watson, he's going to go deep for Conley. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We begin with a good one in the Sunshine State. Miami taking the trip up the Gulf Coast to take on Tampa Bay. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Leonard Fournette, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Cam Newton with a couple of touchdown passes there. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic, see what's happening over in London. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Mike Davis, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter, and they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Back to the air, Watson on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joejuan Williams. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Gore again here on first down. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And quickly, they get to the line. On first and goal, Gore. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Frank Gore, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots are pouring it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Lawrence Guy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Right there, 54, right there.
Back to throw, Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Oh, it comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away.
Olszewski now to return.
And there he goes again. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Mark that down as is a punt return of 78 yards.
And the Patriots